Playing Xander. We got a new microphone right here, new batteries that is, so you guys can have that one. Can I just, this light, I suppose, so you don't want to be like shined in the face like that, because that looked terrible. Let me just point it, not in your face. Can you see? Yeah. Okay. And there we got it. A little bit there. Okay, cool. I did look right into it, so I can't see anything at the moment, but that's okay. Come on in, welcome. I like the capes. I like the capes. All right, I'm just not going to stand in front of that. Okay. Ooh, I know, I can't even see. There's like a big blob that's across his face down there. All right. Well, while we wait for the others to come on in, welcome to all of you. It's very, very good to see you. Yeah. A couple of the ladies are still on the way, I think. Yeah. But we can get started for just a minute and say hi to everybody. Welcome to, how many of you, this is a silly question perhaps, how many of you live in the United States? 0. That's what I thought. Yeah. No, I'm here. Oh, you guys. Yeah, how many of you guys? Yeah, no, that's it. Oh, man. As we wait for the ladies to get here, I want to say thanks for coming over. It's a long journey, I know. And that's why it's so rare to have the entire cast of this show together. And it's a lot of fun, and it's pretty special, I think. And I want to start with you, though, Antonio, because as much of an amazing show as this is, it wasn't your first step into the Power Rangers world, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Would you mind telling them about your Power Rangers journey from beginning to Mystic Force?
Yes, absolutely. So, in between 2003, I got an audition for Krista and Dino Thunder, and and that was girl. Thanks very much. The True Girl. And that was really fun because I had actually just been working with James Napier and Tom Hearn on a TV show for the previous 5 years.
Please welcome Melanie and Amy, ladies and gentlemen, to the Peta Power Ranger team. With the exception of Nick, of course, who will be here in a minute. Yeah, excellent. We're almost all here. That's good. I love it. This is so close. We have almost the entire team together. And Nick will be here soon. I know it's been a long time. He was on the show too. Nick Sampson. He was the yellow one. There were 5 or 6. Can we
invite one more person up?
You were the one. You know what? I think we actually should probably.
There's a very special person.
The panel's not really ready yet, and without this person, and it's not Nick Sampson. Of course, he's always a great guy. Yeah.
Well, without this person, we wouldn't be here, would we?
No.
At all.
No,
Ladies,
sorry.
gentlemen.
I was going to say, yeah, we're waiting for Nick, but the kind of the reason that we're all here, which is amazing, like all together, this is a proper reunion. We haven't seen each other in 15 years.
Sisters back together.
And I got the call up, and I was like, they said to me, every other Power Ranger from your year is coming. You've got to come. You can't be missing. Yeah, and there's kind of one person that we can all thank. Really, can't we?
Yeah. Javier, we'd love you to come up here and be with us.
Javier, please join us on stage.
Get out here and answer Boston.
Please join us on the stage.
Javier,
Ladies and gentlemen,
Javier.
you may not understand, and it's okay if you don't. He is the reason they're all here, and many of your other favorite guests that you can never seem to track down because they're from all the way in New Zealand or Australia or someplace exotically amazing. And Javier has, for years now, brought this convention to life. And I'm not afraid to say financially is the reason. And I'd like to have the microphone for a few minutes. So you can actually do the whole thing, but I'm here with you. If you need me, you don't. But here you go. If you want.
Go for it.
Do it, Mike, yeah. As long as I can get a picture of everybody at the end, you do it. For real though, I'm here. Yeah.
So yeah,
It's emotional and it should be.
this is an amazing experience to see this
A little bit higher.
practically full.
Yeah.
There's so many people here. I didn't realize there was this many Mystic Force fans, as much a fan as I
It's
am.
truly my favorite season.
It's time with our
Say
yeah.
my
I love these guys. I absolutely love these guys. This was a season that was very dear to my heart. Just different from anything else. The magic, the characters, the sisterhood. Claire, how silly she is. Every character is simply amazing. amazing. I shouldn't say they're Antonia. But I've been managing her for so long, and she was one of the last people besides Mel that I need to meet. So I think this is just an epic finale to meeting everyone from Mystic Force. So, with the celebration, I know a lot of people are saying like the 20th anniversary is until next year, but the 20th anniversary of when they met is this year. So filming is always done the year prior. So this is actually means more to them, even though it means a lot to us. It means more to them because this is 20 years from the year that they actually filmed the entire series. So they wrapped up filming in New Zealand together. I am so happy that a lot of them are able to keep in touch now and reestablish touch because like, these guys are amazing. Like even meeting them, I can't say enough words about them. They're all like family to me. For us, goofy spirit. I love that man. Like,
I love you
like
too,
no
man.
other
I love you
man.
too, Javier. I love you too, man.
And John is like the father figure. The man told me in 2019, when I first helped bring some of the Mystic Force team over, that he would always be a father figure to me, no matter what.
Sorry, Javier.
No, it's okay. You deserve to be.
So 2019 was my first Rangerstop event, and I was after performing the character 20 years.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think when I come, from my perspective as an actor and as a past ranger, when I come to events like this, it reminds me what I'm part of. And a lot of us, Power Rangers was our glorious time, the most glorious time for our careers. And when I come to this thing here, I'm reminded 20 years ago I had a dream to become a successful actor, to make a career and a living out of it. And now that I'm here with my peers from 20 years ago, I am proud to be a ranger. Because once a ranger, always a ranger.
So what are we doing?
Questions?
Question one.
Steven, why don't you start with your questions first? So start with this with your questions first.
We'll do everybody's questions. Just put your hands up. We'll be good. We'll get to talk to everybody, but I do have a few that will perhaps steer the conversation first, if you don't mind. And this is all well and good. Like you said, it's been 20 years since you came together as a Ranger family, basically. But that was the Disney filming out in New Zealand, right? Village Roadshow. Did you all live together? What was the situation like coming together in a new place, perhaps, or you're from various spots, living in the Ranger house, let's call it?
Actually, Chip and Nick and I lived together. We did, yeah. In a little house. Yeah, Mel was there first. Yeah, so we kind of
Where did you guys live together?
we moved around a bit actually. I think really it was only Richie who was kind of the Lone Ranger.
My agent, for some reason, told me to live with this person, a music producer in New Zealand. He's like, here, there's a room at this house, and his name was Paul, and he was on Idol. New Zealand Idol, yeah. And that was very interesting, so. Yeah, I
Is
just.
it a safe house?
Was it
You know what was
interesting?
funny? Because we were all like in the hotel. We were in when we first arrived in New
Oh.
Zealand, and we all met each other.
No.
We
I
all
had
got
no
put up in
idea
a
that was the way
hotel.
it was going to happen. My agent just.
Except like we were like, where are you going, Richie? Like
Yeah, it's
someone's
a bit
back room. I'm just. No, but we all first of all we all lived at like remember we were at the Seagull?
Yeah.
And we were all put up there.
Seagull, yes.
Yeah. And then we moved around a bit as we started filming and we're like, actually we want to move out of the hotel. But we definitely I wish there was a big Ranger house. That would have been fun. But we certainly spent a lot of time socializing together. Probably a little too much time socializing with each other. But we were getting to know each other. And I think that was really important. So the chemistry on screen was real, you know, because we really clicked straight away. You know what I mean?
Very, very cool. Not too shabby at all. Very cool. Now, for us, I want to go to you. A lot of times the show, and this season, no exception really, centers around a pretty big story about the Red Ranger. And yours being what it was a pretty fun take on that. I don't know if you knew the whole story from the beginning or not, but as you came to terms with it, how did you put into Nick finding out his character's legacy and so on, like once the more developed about the character?
Well, when I first was cast in the show, I was a young kind of aspiring actor. So the character of Nick kind of aligned with me anyway. You know, I was 22. I was left Sydney. I was moved to Auckland. So I was I had a young man with big dreams, and I felt like that I could use some of that energy for Nick, and I just took it day by day, really. Every day on set, every time an episode would come out, you work through it. You got John on your right hand side, and you got Richie, and Mel and Angie, and so it was like it really was a really amazing ensemble because everyone up here actually got along amazingly, and it worked.
It's fantastic, and it showed. There was one scene in the finale where you and Lee and Bo were together after you had turned evil.
You remember that?
Yeah. It was just so good.
Moment.
He had turned evil. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, as you had turned bad and then turned back to good,
Yes.
which you had seen him. There was just the way you were like, Dad, I'm sorry. Like he got it. You got it. The emotion and the way you brought it through. You really know
that wasn't.
I'm sorry, I get it. I know why you were
wasn't-
evil now as your character. You played it well as I.
Man, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. I'm tough, man. Thank you. Thank you. But my man Chris over here, 20 years ago was playing my father. Now we can play brothers.
Looking good. You look the same. It's
You know what I'm
fantastic.
saying? Like he could be my younger brother now. Time has not been well. But yeah, do you want to say anything about that?
Yeah. Take a microphone.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know. Well, I kind of know. I do know where to start actually. Because I came in late, a little bit late. So all the work that they did to start with, and like in acting and in theatre and stuff like that. One of the things that we really aspire to, obviously, is to do good work. But one of the things is to form a company, a real tight company, and they kind of did. So when I arrived, and when you've got some heavy hitters like Peta Rutter and the big JT down there, and these guys were these guys are all fresh out of school-ish, but they had some chops. And so when you arrive and the shoe's already worn in, it kind of makes things easy. And so I can find my feet really easy. And like I said, Peter's she was a heavy hitter. So when you come in and you come in relatively cold, she always comes in hot, and she's always there. So you just warm up really fast, and everybody on the set was the same. So when it came to doing anything, a lot of those things were pretty emotional, and there were times when he was acting his age. 22. But he had good reason, like Dad left. Where was he? and then he was this bad guy, wanted to do all that stuff. So it was one of those things that was like it felt easy, even though it was work. There were long days. There was stuff they had to do. You had sweaty costumes, all that sort of stuff. It may look and seem glamorous, but it's gritty work, and you're rinsed at the end of the day. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. You're talking about gritty work and hard work, and this is, I want to throw it down to the girls, but it's to everybody. But the girls specifically, I feel like Melanie, this may have been a thing. During the Dark Wish, one of the
Is that a
greatest,
favourite? Do we like that
one of the
one?
coolest story takes.
Yeah, I think talking to a lot of people there, that was their favourite.
But your team had to run up that hill of sand like 30 times to rehearse, right? And so, and in different shoes multiple times. And so
It was physically, it was really hard.
Yeah.
But it was, kind of fun because we've been walking in the woods a lot, and we're kind of sick of the woods. So we're like, oh, sand, sure, that looks great. Remember the quarry? The quarry was hard. Yeah, we were glad to be rid of the quarry. But the sound was cool, and I think Dark Wish felt good because it was like a 3-part film. It was like a dark, epic storyline. It was fun, wasn't it? What do you remember?
No, I think the fight scenes at Bethel's, the sand dunes, they were the best. They were so much fun to shoot. Yeah, and then it started to rain, and it got real edgy. And
So the rain was all real? I mean, obviously you can't control the weather, but that just made it that much more cool.
Yeah, it was fun. And that was an opportunity for us. We crafted our own fight scenes with our stunt doubles and stuff. So that was pretty much all of us. We did, I don't think there were many pickups. Yeah. So they choreographed it with us, which was great.
Very, very cool. John, while you're down here, I know you're finishing a message there, but you can probably multitask with what I was going to say here. But you had the unique position of this not being the first foray into your Power Ranger career, having just being a Ranger the previous year on SPD. I want to go ahead. Give it up. That's it. But the question really is, you've been around the block now. You've seen a whole team of these youngsters do this thing, and now it's happening again. And now you're the mentor a second time, but you've literally done that already. So how do you feel coming into this cast?
Well, I think
Not comparing the people in the two casts, just coming into the new generation.
this is my favorite cast.
Okay, if you're welcome to say that, it's fine. I hear you. They're wonderful people. I completely agree.
Yeah, no, I've worked on I've got to see probably 4 sets of Rangers go through, and they all have similar traits. Red Ranger is overcoming some type of insecurity and become the leader that he should be. Blue Ranger is the possible leader, but goes through his own dynamics, and then we have all the other colors. Not to take away from the importance of the other colors, from a standpoint of a mentor, and I have played 2 mentors with 2 different casts, right? I've seen the world many times in other movies, but listen, in this one, I felt when I come into this cast, they were already established. They made my job much easier. And I think the first one I had to wear a mechanical suit. I had other dimensions that I had to overcome, other insecurities I had to overcome. But with this one, I got to really play. And so with my first character, I based Doggy Kruger on General Patton, because I love the movie, and George C. Scott's performance, which was Oscar worthy. I just imitated that, and then he was more of a mentor and a father figure, and a warrior, and a general. In this one, I based Solaris Knight on Russell Crowe's Maximus from Gladiator. And the thing is, I don't copy performances, but like sometimes an actor has these we have so much in our arsenal to choose from. So all I did was imitate certain leaders, and then because we had the formula, I came in. There were already 4 months of filming. They were bonded. I had to come in, and all of a sudden they've got to take orders from a stranger. So I had to come in, and then I bonded with each and every one of them, especially this young man next to me. And from that point on, it's important to build a friendship with your other actors. I don't care how cool you think you are, how rich you are. I think if you don't have that natural connection with the other actors, then the performance is unbelievable and the camera doesn't lie, right? True. And so, me being the mentor on this one, they made the job easier, and I just got to be an older brother and an uncle for this cast. So yeah.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. Let's bring it back down this way. Now, Richie, you, as the Green Ranger, the cool, fun, earthy Ranger there, you had the sort of the Plan Xanda going on. It was always fun. Yeah, everybody remembers Plan Xanda, right? Yeah. That was fun. Now, but if you wouldn't mind, it doesn't have to be a specific story, but you spent a lot of time on that record store set. And you were with Barney Duncan, who's probably a sailor in the language department. But, what was it, not what was it like specifically, but do you have a specific memory that you think back to on that set?
I feel like one of our first days shooting was on that set. The earthquake scene, yeah, one of the first scenes was one of the first things we ever shot. That was cool. I remember being really nervous about trying to make the right choices and worrying about overacting and underacting and then I remember we all got called into the producer's office like a week later and he said, "You guys have not cut the mustard." Do you remember? We had to reshoot it. Oh no. We had to reshoot. Hey. Yeah,
I think they just reshot your stuff.
He said we were underacting and we weren't putting enough energy into it. And we
Is
had
that
to
wrong?
do some scenes again. Does no one remember that?
I don't.
He said you were underacting.
Yeah, he did.
He said you
Well,
were
to-
underacting or you were underacting?
No, I remember. I seriously remember this. Is no one going to back me up?
Do you know what I think though? I think
Mustard anyway.
No, but do you know what? Okay, what I think is an interesting perhaps take on that is that because this cast was all Australian or New Zealanders,
Yeah.
and I think as a culture we're very relaxed, right? So I think we had to ramp up our like Americanness, like give it some more because I think naturally we're a bit, I don't know.
And use
kinda
fake
underplay
accents
things.
for the most part too. I forgot they had you use accents that weren't natural.
Sure.
Except for
Yeah.
English, yeah.
Yeah. Mine wasn't good enough, so I had to do it. But I also rewatched it recently, last year, and Barney Duncan was amazing.
So
I
the
was watching
Kramer
it just
vibes.
going,
Wasn't he like
wow.
Kramer?
Yeah.
He was so good.
Yeah, so he would be out of the water again. I hope I didn't get the shows mixed up with being told to redo it. Was it
Do you get told that a lot?
yeah, probably.
I think it did happen.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you brought it up at the last con, and that's what I'm remembering it from.
Yeah, I think we did have to reshoot.
But yeah,
I'm going to say I don't think it was just an us thing though. I think it was.
was it just us?
No, it wasn't just a. No, I mean, I'm going to throw myself under the bus here. No. But it was about the actual. It was that scene in Rockporium. So it was not just us. It was the whole scene. So it was how it was directed.
Oh, I see.
And there wasn't enough earthquake. Like there wasn't enough mass destruction happening. So. We're like, whoa, like what would be like with an earth tremor, but this had to be like really intense. Yeah.
And I remember
That's
Barney
why.
coming in and doing the whole ripping off the thing and all that, and we did that twice.
Yeah.
We did. Anyway.
And you improved, and then they took the second one, and the rest was history. It was,
Yeah, and
it
then
was
the rest
one.
was apparently
It
fine.
was one day of work 20 years ago.
Yes.
It's to be fair, I don't remember what I did 3 days ago. It's understandable. We're almost ready for some audience questions, but Nick, I've got one down here first. The friendships that you and Vita had on the show, you and Angie, especially the vampire episode. That was a really fun dynamic and a fun friendship, and I'd like you to touch on that to whatever you feel like touching on that in a moment, but also, how much or different are you from your character, Chip?
Oh, I'm a very sort of thoughtful, smart, generous person.
I heard some laughter.
I don't know. I think I had a lot. I think it was quite easy to be Chip. I was very into like fantasy and I lived a lot of my childhood in my own head, so the idea of being this kind of quite excitable, nerdy character was quite easy. Although I did like my natural state is quite like chill as hell, man. And I definitely it was definitely like I had to ramp that up and be and find the character of Chip. Yeah, so I guess, but he's a lot like me in some ways. I think apparently the producers like as soon as they saw me, they're like, yeah, this guy is Chip. and they didn't even have to really watch my audition. They was like, yeah, this little guy, yeah, he's Chip. Yeah.
That's perfect. And I will say, of all the seasons, obviously Power Rangers has different nostalgia levels for who sees what season to win. But objectively pulling that up, I think the rewatchability factor for your show is one of the better ones from beginning to end. To see character arcs in development and growth and just epicness, different things. Questions are answered, stuff happens in your show that, not that other seasons are less dimensional, but they are less dimensional. In that situation. So thanks for being a part of all.
Oh, no worries. And also to say that episode with me and Angie, that was my favourite one to do. Because,
was it cool?
Yeah, because it had like a nice dramatic arc to it, and we were already like really good friends. I mean, we started living together. I think it was after that, like towards. I basically ran out of money because I lived in the hotel for about 6 months or something. I think they expected us to move into like cheaper places, but I had never lived anywhere that wasn't my own family house. So I was like, can I live in the hotel? And they were like, yeah, if you want. And so I was just like paying a hotel. Yeah, just like spending all my money on this hotel. So then we flatted together and it was great. Yeah, but it was awesome.
A lot of people are under the misconception that Power Rangers make a lot of money.
It was like, I was 18. It was like I was a millionaire. I felt like I was losing my mind.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how to do anything. Like, never lived out of my house, so I went to the supermarket and I bought like $200 worth of food, and I didn't know how to cook any of it. I made like tins of spaghetti and I put eggs in it, and then it was disgusting.
You learned what not to do though if you ever try it again. That's awesome. All right, friends, I think it's finally time to open it up to an eager audience full of questions. I'm going to start right there.